We're on page 127. Go to page 127. Alrighty, we are talking about pronouns. And you might be thinking, I know what a pronoun is. We've been marking those like forever, and it's true, but there's more. Just when you think you know everything you need to know about pronouns, newsflash, there's more. So, yay, right? Woohoo! Gotta have that, even if it's fake, you can try to be excited. Even if it's fake, it helps you get through it. Okay, so a pronoun replaces a noun. You guys already know that. To avoid repetition, it refers back to some person or thing recently mentioned and takes the place of that person or thing. The most common pronoun is the personal pronouns: he, she, it. There's only 3. If you ever hear that there's more than 3 for personal pronouns, there's not. It's he, she, it. I mean, there's they and them. So when you're talking about multiple people, okay? That's personal pronouns. You know that. Then we also learned about indefinite pronouns. We'll review those in a second. We also heard about demonstrative pronouns. Sounds like the word monster in there, but it has no relation to monster. Just side note, demonstrative is how you say that. And it points to a particular person or thing. And then today, for lucky us, we're going to learn about reflexive pronouns. So we've got personal pronouns. Those are the easiest. Indefinite pronouns. And those do not refer to any particular person or thing. So we have indefinite, demonstrative, and reflexive. Personal, indefinite, demonstrative, reflexive. Just when you thought you knew your pronouns, just kidding. Reflexive pronouns ends in self, himself, herself, yourself, or selves if it's plural, themselves, okay? And refers to a subject of the same sentence. All you're doing is you're still only marking it with a PR for pronoun, same as you've been doing. The men hid themselves in the forest. So the men, M-E-N, is plural. So when it's referring back to the men, which is plural, the word is themselves. That's a reflexive pronoun. And for whatever reason, it helps me to remember reflexive has an X in it. We don't have a whole lot of words that have X in it. This one does. Reflexive, when I think of that X, it helps me remember selves. I don't know why, but just thought I'd share that with you in case that helps you. Selves or self. X. Okay. The next example here, Robin stood up for himself. So obviously himself is referring to Robin. It's a pronoun. It's a reflexive pronoun, himself. So really quick, I want you to turn to the very, very, very back of your book. The second to the last page, the very, very, very last part of your book here. It's going to be page 197. So 198 is the last page, so one before that. And I can't remember if we already marked this page or if I just marked this page, but if you don't have a Post-it here, I recommend you put pronouns on a Post-it if you have one. If you don't have one, you can do it later. It's okay. Pronouns. This is a great page to look back on because you guys are getting deep into grammar now. Pronouns, there's a lot of them as far as versions of them, and this is a great chart to come back to. This whole page is great, but this is easy because it's all laid out for you. So if you're working on a Post-it, go ahead and do that. I just called it pronouns and then put it up past that page. In this chart, you'll see at the top in bold, you'll see subjective, objective, possessive, and reflexive. These are it's called cases. That's basically how the word is functioning in the sentence. That's what that means. But the part I want you to pay the most attention to is right here in the middle. These are the actual pronouns here. So you've got the first chunk all the way across here says singular if you go on the edge. And then you've got persons, you know, because this is kind of complicated, but if you're first person, second person, third person, it depends on who's telling the story, right? You've got I, me, my, mine, myself going across. These are the different types of pronouns. You, your, yours, yourself. And then third person, he, she, it. We know those. Him, her, it. His, her, its. That functions as an adjective usually. His, her, its. And then himself, herself, itself. That's the reflexive one. Okay, Jason, you have a question?
Yeah, sorry. So this table is labeling a lot. Do we need to label on the page also? Like
No,
if
the
it's a
good news
personal
is,
pronoun?
no, good question. All you need is PR.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. So that takes a load off. PR, pronoun. They just want you to know the differences here. This is just good to read and see that, you know, how it's used. So we've got plural here. That's more than one. First person includes yourself, right? We, us, our, ours, ourselves. That includes us. Here comes Kylie. I'm going to let her in. Second person, you, your, yours, yourselves. Third person, they, them, their, theirs, them, themselves. So this is a good chart. It also gives definitions for each of these types of pronouns: relative, interrogative, demonstrative, and then indefinite down here. Indefinite is the opposite of definite, right? Indefinite is the opposite of definite. So it helps you remember it's kind of vague. It's kind of like all, any, more, most, some, none, these types of words, not specific. Okay. Hi, Kylie. So we're looking at, I had everybody mark this page at the very back. This is page 197 at the very back of your book. Oh, can you hear me now? You got it? Kylie, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Woohoo. Oh, there's like a delay, I think, on your, I hear an echo. You might have to mute yourself there. Okay, I'm on page 197 at the back of your book. We put a Post-it here because we're talking about pronouns today, and this is a good page to look back on to reference, because we know he, she, it, and all of those, but there's more. So that's what we were just going over. So if you have a Post-it, we just put pronouns on it up here. If you don't have one with you right now, you can do it later, but this is page 197 at the very back. The good news, I was just telling Jason that when we mark these in this book, we're still only going to put PR. You don't have to label it like reflexive or indefinite or relative, all of those crazy terms. Just PR for pronoun. Okay, so but our actual page we were looking at is 127, and now we're going to go on to our practice page. So go to 129. And I recorded the first few minutes. I'm recording the whole class because Ian is missing today. So if you need to go back and watch that first part later, Kylie, you can, okay? Awesome. We're on the practice page. Anybody feel like reading it? Okay, Kylie, go for it.
If I can find the page, hold on.
Okay.
Found it. Robin was drenched. He heartily laughed at himself because he knew that he looked ridiculous.
Good. Our vocabulary is ridiculous. I think we pretty much know what that means. Looking silly, or, you know, something that's laughable, something like that. Ridiculous. We all know things that are ridiculous in life. Man, don't even get me started. There's a lot of ridiculous things going on right now. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, one noun, Jason. Where's our noun? Only one.
Robin.
There you go. Easy peasy. How about pronouns, Natalia? There's four.
He,
Yeah, that's one.
the other he,
Another he,
the other he,
another he, and there's one more.
at,
It's reflexive. Remember when I talked about that X? Huh?
himself.
Himself. There you go. You got it. Good. Maybe that helped you, the X. I don't know. It helps me for some weird reason, but got that. Adjectives. Kylie, where are the adjectives at?
I'm muted.
There you go.
Heartily.
Heartily is
Oh,
going to be, hold on, that one's going to be the adverb, but that's a ly. So you're looking for words that describe the nouns or pronouns, basically.
Drenched.
There you go. Drenched is one.
Looked.
You're close. What word describes how he looked?
Ridiculous.
There you go. So it's ridiculous for the adjective there. Good. And then back to Jason for the adverb.
Might sound crazy, but heartily.
The sarcasm, here it comes. Skipping prepositional phrases just because I like to skip that. That clause, Natalia, tell me the whole clause.
Starts at that, ends at ridiculous.
Good. So that he looked ridiculous. And we're going to put that up on top of that. Adverb clause, remember, Kylie, this is a www.asia word, .b. So do you see that clause?
Hold on, sorry, I'm still writing that.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
he all the way to the end.
No, we don't want to overlap with the that clause. So it's just going to stop
No.
at two. Yeah, there you go. That.
What did you?
And we're going to label it AC for adverb clause. Jason, did you have a question?
Yeah, so last time I looked, it was www.asian. There's no .b.
Okay, so good point. It is .b in your grammar book. Okay. But in our writing, we don't use .b because we already have a because clause in our dress up list. Remember?
Okay, so it is .b though.
Well, it just depends. It's .b here. But yeah, okay, if you need an answer for that question, I would say yes, it always has a .b, except for on our dress up. We don't use .b because we have a because clause too. You know what I mean? We'll look at
Okay,
that.
thank
Yeah,
you.
we'll look at that. But in this book, in the grammar book, there will be a .b. The word because is part of the adverb clause. So let's put a check there. Got that. There are two main clauses, Jason. And just a reminder that the main clauses do not include other clauses. Okay, but there's two here. You know where those are?
Robin was drenched,
That's good. That's one.
and he heartily laughed at himself.
There you go. Good. And because they're back to back like that, and they're complete main clauses, we're going to take out this comma. I'm just going to tell you that now. We're going to put a little squiggly there. Yeah, you probably knew that, huh, Jason? That deserves a period right there after drenched. I don't know why I said deserves, but it does. That was weird. Have you ever done that where you like talking and then all of a sudden you say something, you're like, why did I just say that? That's weird, but okay, that kind of worked. It's like your brain is moving your mouth and then it's like, oh. Anyway. Subject and verb pairs. So Natalia, let's do verbs next. Where are the verbs at?
Laughed.
Good.
Drenched.
Drenched is an adjective. We already have that one marked. So not that one.
Looked.
Yes, that's one. And remember, this first main clause also has a verb because all main clauses have subject verb pairs.
Was.
There you go. So it's a linking verb right there. That's a verb. And then there's also a clause here that needs a verb.
Knew.
Yes, you got it. By the way, guys, these sentences happen to have 4 subjects and 4 verbs. But sometimes I want to tell you, sometimes it'll say 4 subject verb pairs. There's only 4 subjects, but there might be 6 verbs. So just to keep that in mind, the 4 goes with the subject. But you know there's going to be at least 4 verbs, but sometimes there's more. So keep that in mind, okay? So then, Kylie, what are the subjects here for all these clauses?
Robin,
Yes, that's one.
he,
Good.
he,
Yes.
and he.
And he. He, and he. Yes. Good. Back to prepositional phrases. Okay, Jason, lucky you. Just one. You looking for it?
Sorry, I was muted. I think it was at himself.
Yes, good. At himself, because at is the only one that doesn't have a label yet. At is a preposition. Remember, phrases don't have verbs, so at himself does not have a verb. Now we have a few openers. So Natalia, what kind of an opener is this first sentence here?
Clausal.
Not here. We're starting with,
Subject.
there you go, which is a number 1 subject. And then the next sentence starts here with he. What kind of an opener is that one?
Subject.
Yep, again, subject. Jason, did you have a question?
Isn't the first sentence VSS?
You are right. I totally
then,
messed up.
And then the second sentence is subject.
Man, see, this is why I need you guys. I need you guys. I was wrong. Natalia, sorry you were wrong, but I didn't catch it. VSS and Jason, remind us, what is VSS? What does that stand for?
Very short sentence. It's sorry,
Yes.
Natalia. I feel like a jerk.
No. Oh my
Making it wrong.
You know what? We're like family in here, okay? There's no feeling bad. Look, if anybody should feel bad, it should be me because I'm the teacher and I messed up. So there you go. I love it when you guys correct me because that tells me you're smarter than me and I already know that. So it just helps me know that you're paying attention. See, huh? I like that. So VSS, it is because it's only 1, 2, 3 words, and a
So if
VSS, I think is like 2 to 5 words. So that is a VSS. You are correct.
if you mess up, you should not say you messed up. You should say, yeah, I was seeing if you were paying attention.
Yeah, that's a good one. Sometimes I say that. You know, it's good to stay humble though, because you know, humility is a good thing. All right. Let's see, Kylie, where do the capitals go? Hello? Kylie? Are you there?
Muted.
You muted.
Robin,
Wait, what?
Robin,
Okay, Robin is one.
and he.
And he, good, okay. Commas, we already took care of one. How about the other one, Jason? What do we do? Put one in, take one out?
Take the one out that's himself.
Yes, we don't need that there. Good. Whenever the main clause comes first, you don't need a comma. And we already did the other one. We got one in mark. So what goes at the end, Natalia?
Period.
Another period. Good. Okie doke. We made it. Done with grammar. Now we got to get out our binders, and you guys are working on the coconut crab report. We're going to keep going on that. We're going to finish it up this week. So get out everything for coconut crabs. And even your notes from a while back. So pretty much, hopefully it's all in your front pocket. That's what I'm hoping for. That remember, you keep everything in there until we're done with whatever it is we're working on. These notes are from like way back, almost a month ago when we started this. Okay, we were looking at the setup here for how this works with your sources, A, B, C, and then we're putting them into Fused. And these are the steps on writing a research paper. So flip over to the back of that. And these are the list of possible topics as part of the steps in writing a research paper. You have to know what your subject is, and then you got to figure out what are your topics going to be. And remember how we skimmed, and we just kind of skimmed through some of these paragraphs, and then we decided what these paragraphs are mostly about. We made a list, and we already wrote about the body. The body was the first paragraph you guys finished for today. So then we also have diet circled. And it's easier to, when you're writing a research paper, it's easier to pick things that you see in multiple sources. The more information you have to choose from, the better. So our second paragraph is going to be about the diet. We already have it circled. Okay. So that's how I chose that. Okay, I see a chat in here. You guys doing okay? Oh, you can't hear? Okay, you got me on closed caption. That's good. How about now? Can you hear me? No. We're gonna keep going. You can use the chat if you need to, Jason. Okay. Well, that's kind of a pain, but at least you have that as a backup. Go to your big white paper that we set up last time. Remember this guy? Good times. This is where we talked about the body of the coconut crab. And then we worked on the fused outline, and that's what you used to write your paragraph. Well, today we're going to turn it over to the back side. And the first thing we need to do is set it up. So turn your big white page to the back. And we're just going to set up this part. So go ahead at the top on the left here. We're calling this A. Let me move this stuff out of the way here. Top left is A. This time we're going to use a Roman numeral 2. We're moving on to the second paragraph now because you guys are done with the first. Give yourself plenty of space here. And we're going to put parentheses around 4 and 5. Okay, so Roman numeral 2, 1 through 5, 4 and 5 are optional. You have to have at least 3. Move over and do that for B. This is source text B. Same thing, Roman numeral 2. This is the second paragraph, 1 through 5. Jason, did you want to say something?
Yeah, you said 4 and 5 are in parentheses. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, 4 and 5. Isn't that what we did before? Oh yeah, we did. Okay. Yeah, so 4 and 5. And then you probably guessed it. We're going to do C over here at the top again. Roman numeral 2 again, 1 through 5. 4 and 5 in parentheses. all Roman numeral 2. That's representing the second paragraph. This is all about the second paragraph. I think I told you this, but just in case, this report is only 2 paragraphs long. So we're going to stop at 2. The next one we do has more, but this is it. Introduction to this. Under B, you probably already know, fused, outline. This one's going to be 1 through 7, but we're still going to do Roman numeral 2 and then 1 through 7. And just 7 is going to be in parentheses. Everything else, you have to have at least 6 for fused. Okay, when you're done setting that up, give me a thumbs up. Kylie, do you have a question?
Yeah, are we gonna skim read again?
No, this time we're actually reading. Just the information about their diet. Good question, though. We usually skim only when we're first looking at it to figure out what are these paragraphs all about. Then we skim. But then when we get into actually getting information, we have to read it. So, is that your thumbs up? Like your fused outline is ready too? All this is set up. Okay, I see that. Give everybody a minute to do that. Okay, good. You got it, Natalia? Okay. Same thing. Source text, or this A right here on your outline goes with source text A. Those go together. And then we're writing today about the diet. So up here at Roman numeral 2, let's put CC for coconut crabs. And then we're going to put the word diet. And then I'm going to add a word that basically is an overview, like we're introducing, like, what is their diet? Well, we know that they're omnivores. You guys remember that? We learned that they eat both plants and meat. So I'm going to just put omnivores here. Did I spell it right? I think I did. Omnivores. Oh, no, I did not. I have an extra I in here. Omnivores. It didn't look right. That's why. Omnivores. Okay. You know, spelling is not my forte. You know that. So go ahead and put next to all the Roman numeral 2s, CC, diet, omnivores. I know we have space for one more word, so if you wanted to add another one, you can, but you don't have to. CC, diet, omnivores, CC, diet, omnivores. Okay. Now we got it set up. Now we're ready to read those paragraphs. We're focusing only on the diet today, so we don't have to read the whole article. Go to source text A, because we're doing A and A. And then what paragraph is it that talks about their diet? What do you guys have labeled in your margin?
The second one.
Okay, perfect. The second one right here. So this is where I'm going to read this paragraph. You guys just focus on underlining things that are interesting or important that stand out to you. Okay, this is now where we're actually going to read it and look for information we want to put in our report. So get your pen or pencil ready and just underline things that are interesting or important or relevant about their diet. Focus on their diet. As expected, they eat coconuts. How is that possible? A coconut crab's pinchers are similar in power to the biting force of an alligator, a lion, or a tiger. The crab stabs and then husks the coconut, even though it may take hours or days. These crabs also eat fleshy fruits and plant litter. By the way, I'm going to pause there because the first time I read that, I was like, plant litter? I've never even heard that one before. But it's basically the parts of the plant that fall off, like dead leaves or branches or twigs or things like that. So that's what plant litter is, whatever's on the ground around a plant. Okay. Being omnivores, they enjoy meat too. Evidently, these crustaceans use their keen sense of smell to detect prey. The crabs will climb trees at night, rob birds' nests, and even devour sleeping victims. How sad. poor little birdies. On islands with coconut crabs, almost no seabirds exist. They hunt nocturnally and will sometimes find cats and rats. Sad for the cats. I'm not so sad for the rats, but okay. Which they drag down into their lair and pick apart. Coconut crabs have power. They eat whatever they want. I think
Poor
I've said
cat.
this. Yeah, poor cat. I agree. That's sad. Maybe there's not very many cats on these islands. I mean, maybe they know to stay away from the coconut crabs. I would stay away. I wouldn't even want to live near that place, wherever that is, because, you know, we don't have them in California. So I think we're okay here. But I just think that would be so, it just gives me chills just thinking about running into one of these. Ugh. They're huge and scary. Can you imagine the biting force of an alligator? Those guys can bite your leg off, like chomp. Okay, now that I'm all creeped out. Interesting. It's okay to read about them, but I definitely don't want to see one in person. But okay, let's start building our outline here. We're focusing on their diet. I think the only thing that was different about this paragraph was it did add something about the power of their pinchers, but it goes with the diet because that's how they kill. So that's okay to include that if you wanted to on your outline. But okay, I'll start with Kylie. What is something that you underlined that you want to include on your outline here?
The power.
The
of
power, I think so.
The lion, the tiger, the alligator.
So how do you want to put that on your outline?
Pinchers, strength, alligator.
Okay.
Or
like
we could just draw animals. I don't know.
You could. I'm not good at that, so I'm going to stick with just those 3 words. So pinchers, and you said power?
Strength.
Oh, strength. Okay. You can use power or strength or force. Any of those words. I might use force. And then alligator. I mean, lion and tiger, man, all those guys, they say the lion is the king of the food chain. You know, they're at the top.
No, orcas are.
Oh, in the ocean. That's true.
No, humans are.
I thought you said orcas.
No, humans are at the top of the food chain.
Oh, yeah, true. Because we can outsmart them, huh? That's true. Alligator.
I mean, we keep alligators in the zoo.
Well, but they do live in places like Florida.
Yeah, where they beat them up with a pan.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think I want to go to Florida either. I've heard they have a lot of creepy
I've been there.
stuff. You have been there?
Yeah, and then if you go to Washington, they have forest. There's one in our grandma's backyard, and there's like bunches of just brown, huge spiders crawling
Ew.
everywhere.
I've
But
been to Sorry.
My brother thought they were brown recluses.
Oh yeah, we do have some of those in California. Those are creepy for sure.
They're even worse because they like people's houses.
Oh yeah. What were you gonna say, Jason?
So I've been to Florida, and almost immediately when we got to where we were staying, we saw like a lake next to it, and we saw it had to be at least 3 alligators,
Oh my gosh.
and it was
We
right
didn't-
next to our hotel. So
No.
Yeah. We have family up there.
sleep well.
Right? No, thank you. Make sure you lock the door.
We
Oh, I
went-
heard they could actually slip under some of the doors.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not going to Florida. I'm
No,
out.
you have to. Anyways, they have
The
crystal
weather was good.
clear waters. We went deep sea fishing, and you could see stingrays and these pretty animals. And then we got to go into an algae.
Oh. I think you froze for a second. It sounds beautiful in Florida. I'd like to see that part of Florida. Oh, you're back. Okay, you stopped talking for a second there. Anyway, I don't know if you can hear us, Kylie, but we're gonna keep going. Let's see, it's Natalia's turn. What is something else that you underlined, Natalia?
That it eats coconuts.
Okay. That's so short, we could probably do something with that. What else could you include there?
That the crab stabs the coconut.
Yeah, that's a good one. So how do you want to put that? You got any ideas for your outline?
Um,
That word husks is a good word because do you know what that means to husk something? It's like if you have a corn on the cob, you know, you buy it from the store and it has that outer part is called the husk. And when you pull it off, that's called husking it. When you husk, you're like taking off the husk, but you're also husking it. It's kind of a word that you can use both ways. So for a coconut, same thing, you're peeling off the outside of it. Got any ideas?
no.
I think you said it. Stabs and husks coconuts. I think we could do stabs, husks, coconuts. Let's just put that. I think you already said it, so I think that's a good one. Husks, that's that word to take off the skin, the outer part, coconuts. Because you know, coconuts, they grow with like an outer fuzzy, it almost looks like hairy type outer part to it. So they use their claws somehow to pull that off. And then crack it open. But okay. How about Jason? What is something you have underlined in that paragraph? Uh-oh, can you hear me? I can't hear you. You're muted.
Yeah.
I was muted.
Okay.
I underlined on islands with coconut crabs, almost no seabirds exist.
Okay.
I also underlined coconut crabs have power because that
Yeah.
just sounds brutal.
They eat
Yeah.
cats for crying out loud.
I know, for crying out loud. I agree.
They have the force of an alligator.
I know. Creepy.
Have you ever seen a baby alligator in the wild?
I've never seen any alligator in the wild. Only on like National Geographic documentaries and stuff like that.
Wait, you would go there if you knew that there are manatees there, right?
Manatees? Yeah.
Yeah, we got to see them in the wild. They just
Oh,
they're
that's
so cute.
cool. That
There's
is so
actually
cool.
this guy. I don't know who this guy was, but I heard about this story. Basically, there was a baby alligator in a lake in Florida. You can already see where this is going. He tried to pet the alligator. He had to go through surgery after that.
Oh my gosh. I like how you said that. He had to go to surgery after that. Jason. So the moral of the story is don't pet alligators, okay? Don't. Just don't.
Or just punch them in the nose.
I wouldn't even go, No.
Or just social distance from him.
Social distance. There
If
you
they're
go.
attacking you, punch them in the nose. Then you're good.
All right. Well, I like that part about the seabirds too, but it's kind of like I kind of like this. They climb trees at night and rob birds' nests. That's why there aren't very many.
I also underline that.
Yeah, so let's do that one. How can we put that one in there, Jason?
So we could say climb trees. No. Okay. Oh my.
It's gonna be because there's a lot of good stuff in there. So
Okay, so climb, and then rob, and then
okay.
devour ZZZZ,
Yeah, we
and
could
then draw
do.
some.
We could draw a little nest, maybe. That might be easy to draw.
Yeah.
Okay, so climb, you said, or tree?
Climb.
Climb. Oh, we could draw a tree. Let's draw a tree. That's my, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? That's a weird looking tree. Okay, there's a tree. I'm sure your tree looks better than my tree. Mine kind of looks like a firework. Okay, anyways, zoom in. Climb tree. I guess we could draw a moon for nighttime.
That's what I did.
Okay, there's my moon. And
Yeah, I
then,
did that too.
okay, good. Birds. Oh, you said rob. I like that word rob. Maybe we could draw a nest. Here's my nest. You're probably better at drawing nests. I don't know how to draw a nest. It looks like a hairy bug. Okay, but that's a nest. Yeah, I like your Z's idea. And that word devour is pretty good. Devour Z's. Is that what you think, Jason? Okay. But I like that word victim too. But anyway, we already got our 3 words. So Z's.
Well, what we could do is say devour, draw Z's, and then just put anything ranging from a plant to a human.
Yeah, you could do that as far as drawing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Representing victim. Okay. And we have 4 and 5. We don't have to use 4 and 5, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting how I kind of, even though it's sad, I kind of want to mention the rats and not the rats part, but the cats part is sad, but that they pick apart, that's kind of creepy and I don't know, interesting.
However many rats in this world are, which is probably well over more than humans, you just insulted them all.
I think maybe I kind of like how it says hunt nocturnally. I'm gonna put that nocturnally, and then drag, and let's just draw a rat. Let's not even mention the mice because there. That's my rat. Oh, rats have longer tails. Hold on. There. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of interesting. I'm going to add that. I don't have a 5 unless you guys have anything else you really, really want to put in that one. Let's move on to B. Source text B goes with source text B. So find that one. Look for the paragraph that has information about the diet.
I had one for number A. I mean letter A.
Oh, you have another one? Which one?
It eats fleshy fruit, showing that it doesn't eat hard stuff.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. I like it. If you guys want to add it, you can. Fleshy fruit, that's an easy one. Good, Kylie. I know eat is a banned word, so when you go to write that, you'll pick something else. It's okay to have it on your outline. Okay, B. And we're looking for diet. I think it's actually the second paragraph again here on B.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, good. Go ahead and underline while I read it again. We're looking for more information here. The diet of the coconut crabs includes fleshy fruits, seeds, and plant matter like leaves and the pith of fallen trees. Since they are omnivores, however, these scavengers also eat other organic materials like dead animals. Ew. They will consume smaller, younger coconut crabs that have left their shell shelters. Cannibals. In 2017, a giant crab was filmed stalking, crippling, and consuming a seabird. Killers. Okay. Because
Whoever filmed that is traumatized for life.
yeah. Because of their acute sense of smell, coconut crabs are also known to pilfer things that smell like food, such as dirtied forks. Thieves. So they're also thieves. Thus, they receive the nickname robber crabs. I'm on the back now. Remarkably, the coconut crab is able to lift up to 30 kilograms, which is 66 pounds. Whoa. And can take a coconut from the ground, hold it in its claw, climb up a tree, drop the coconut to break it open, and scamper down to access the fruit inside. So they're pretty smart too. It can also clip coconuts from trees if they are not already available on the ground. Unfortunately, the coconut or the crab can pierce. Sorry, did I say unfortunately? Alternately, that's what I meant to say. Alternately, the crab can pierce holes in the coconuts and eat the meat, although it can take several days before the coconut is opened. Coconut crabs are patient and determined omnivores. Interesting. Okay, that was kind of a lot. We're going to try to get through this one a little bit quicker. So let's see, Kylie, what do you think for something for B there? You're muted.
They eat what's it called? Where did I read it? Organic materials.
Okay. Let's just put that. Eat. And this is where if you guys want to start putting different things, you can. But I like that to start. And then Natalia, when you're ready, what's something else?
That they consume smaller, younger coconut crabs.
Yeah, and that word cannibals, I think that would be a good one to include. Because, you know, cannibals eat their own kind. And I don't think there's very many that do that. I've heard that praying mantis does. They eat their own kind. You heard that before?
I've seen it on a documentary.
Yeah, okay.
At least they eat the boys, and
So,
so does spiders.
okay. Cannibals. And then maybe we can just put consume young. Actually, we could put CC, consume young CC. Jason, what else? After you write that.
I would put coconut crab is able to lift up to 30 kilograms.
That's crazy. And in America, we use pounds, so we could probably just say 66 pounds.
Okay. So the way we would probably do it is CC lift 66 pounds.
Yeah. That's good enough. That's only 2 words, but that's okay.
Well, we could add up actually, because it does say up to.
Oh, okay. Up. I'll squeeze it in like that. The only other thing I think in here, let's see. Oops, I'm looking at the wrong one. Hold on. Patient and determined. Let's see what else. The whole thing with going up the tree, getting the coconut, dropping it, right? They grab it, they climb up the tree, they drop it, so it breaks open, and then they go down there to eat the fruit inside. That's kind of crazy. So maybe we could do just the C for coconut, maybe up, and then another tree. I'm gonna draw my tree different this time. Tree. And then they drop. I'm gonna do down arrow. They go up and they drop. And it breaks open. Break. Access fruit.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes. That's my idea. You guys might have a different way to do that. So they grab the coconut that represents coconut, take it up to the tree, drop it, break it, and then access the fruit inside. It's interesting to me. Okay, now we're moving on to C. So go to source text C. This time, I'm going to read it, but then you guys are going to work on your outline by yourself for a minute, but let me read it first. So go to source text C. It's this one, page 123. This source text talks about the diet first. I think that's what, do you guys have that for the first paragraph?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. So I'm going to read the first paragraph on source text C. You guys underline, and then I'm going to have you work on your outline by yourself. Okay, coconut crabs scavenge. We're on source text C, Kylie.
Okay.
Scavenge nocturnally, feeding on scraps, dead creatures, and corpses of other crabs. It's pretty morbid. Using their powerful claws to seize, kill, and shred animals such as cats, rats, birds, and turtle hatchlings, they are also active predators. And they are thieves. Due to their excellent ability to detect odors, the crabs will carry objects that smell like food into their burrows. Thus, they are named robber crabs. Because coconut crabs are omnivorous, they eat plants as well. Biologists think that the consumption of coconuts by coconut crabs began later in these creatures' development. They needed more food, so they acquired the ability to feed on coconuts, which are plentiful in their environment. Okay, so now I'm going to have you guys work on C by yourself. So I'm going to just be right here on Zoom with you, and I'm going to let you work just for a couple minutes. Start filling in information that you got from that paragraph, and let me know if you have any questions. So you're going to start, Jason, working on this part by yourself. Just look at that paragraph and try to find some keywords. and go ahead and work for just, I know we're almost out of time, but just a couple minutes by yourself. Okay, did you guys get at least number 1 done?
Could you repeat that?
Did you get at least number 1 done on your outline here? Okay, good. So because we're out of time, I'm just going to go over really quick the next steps here. So for your homework, you're going to finish C. You guys are ready to do that by yourself. Just, you have to have 1 through 3, but 4 and 5 are optional. So you can stop at 3 or put more if you like more information there. And then remember, for the fused, you're going to pick from A, B, and C. Pick the ones you want to pick to put in your fused. Now, keep in mind a logical sequence, okay, so that it flows. So you don't want to jump around too much in your paragraph. The other thing I want you to keep in mind is that even if you copy it here, you'll be copying everything here that you want to put in your outline from A, B, and C, but you can rearrange it when you go to write your paragraph. It does not have to be in exactly that order, okay? So I want you to think through how it sounds in the paragraph. If you need to add extra sentences so that it flows better, you know what I mean, right? You can add extra sentences if you need to. You don't have to just stick to these sentences only. Does that make sense to you guys? Yeah, good. Okay. So your job this week, finish up C from Article C, copy the ones you want to copy down here, copy them down here, and then write your paragraph, and don't forget your checklist. So right here is Jason from earlier. We don't have .b here. It's just Asia because we have the because clause here. So we didn't add it to both. Okay, so just the Asia for this one. And remember, for because, don't use because of. Just say because and then explain why, but don't say of, because that changes that whole sentence. You guys have any questions about homework this week? So what you're going to turn in, you're going to turn in, all this will be done. Turn this in, and then one more paragraph. You're going to add it to your first paragraph right underneath it, so that your report then will be 2 paragraphs long. Okay, that's what you'll turn in next week. Okay, guys, good job. I'll see you next week. Have fun camping, Natalia. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you next time.